So what I want to demonstrate, this is a software, one of these musical software that I was showing videos before, and I have it already preloaded. So I hope sometimes these things tend to get stuck if they're not used. So I opened this before the class, so let's hope everything works. What I did here is actually loaded an improvisation, an existing one, and once I have it, we actually analyze this using the factor oracle. And one one interesting aspect is that because we have different lengths of repeated suffixes, they're color coded here as gray levels. So we can actually limit the number of transitions that we see. As we reduce the minimal context or the length of the sequence, of course, we have many more transitions. But if you want to limit and make transitions only if the common history, the context, the repeated suffix is long, of course, we have less places so that we can jump. So let's kind of set it up in some kind of a reasonable threshold. And now what we do is we basically improvise with it. So let me kind of play this for you, and hopefully we'll hear the sound. So here we go. Can you hear? Can you hear the audio? There's a comment, chat. Okay. Yes. All right. Thank you. So you can see this little cursor moving back and forth. So whenever it makes a jump, I don't know, for some reason my audio is pretty weak, but I don't know, that's maximum volume here. So you can hear this music being continuously played, and you hear these jumps, and whenever you hear a jump, you will basically be recopying another segment from that music. And I think for the purpose of kind of listening to this, try to notice if you hear any discontinuity in the music when the jump happens. Because I'll not talk for a moment and let you maybe listen to this. So it went all the way to the beginning, and now it kind of keeps jumping all over the place. So of course, if I increase the continuity parameter, it will, and increase the context, it will tend to recopy longer segments. It will jump much less. So now it kind of just replays the same thing. But when it jumps, it does jump to something that usually is more smooth transition. This is actually a live performance tool, because this graph can be constructed while you play, so you'll keep adding these graphs. It also has an audio element and a MIDI element. And for audio, you extract different features. You have some male frequency capsule coefficients that you can use. It will basically remix an audio file instead of remixing a MIDI file, or you can input a MIDI file. This one is actually being generated by a MIDI player. You can trigger more than one player at the same time, and now you have, now it will make little sense because they're not talking to each other. So it's not query based, but you have now two improvisers on the same piece without really any paying attention to each other. Okay, I think I gotta. Okay, the video game doesn't change much. Interesting. Okay, I'll check eventually on YouTube once I get the recording if you can hear anything. But you can see at least the jumps and hopefully understand what it does, and some sound was there, right? Okay, so let me stop the performance, and I will finish also the recording, and we have a couple more minutes for questions.